Hey y'all! So this is the second time I'm recording this because the first time I done it was way too long. I run my mouth. So here we are. We're canning chicken today. Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm canning chicken into chicken strips that I can fry later, because that's the only way my husband will eat it, I'm sure. So what I have done is I have took my chicken breast and I have cut it up into chunks that will reach where it needs to reach. There's a fly in here aggravating the poop out of me. And what is left over, the little chunks and bits and stuff, if there's enough for a jar full, I will can the chunks. But I normally just do the strips. But you can can the chunks like this. I'm just going to go ahead and pack it in here. Well, no, I'm not. I'm going to go ahead and see how long is this. I'm just going to cut this down the center. And pack this all in here. And let's see, I don't have enough for another jar full, so I am going to clean up what I have cut off. See, that what I normally do is the big pieces of fat. I do can some fat because it makes your meat more tender, but not all of it. I do cut most of it off because you're pressure canning it, so it's really going to be moist anyway. So I'm going to shove this meat in there. I got one little piece left. Two little pieces. This one is mostly fat. Let me get that off. Turn loose. Alright. Yeah, that other stuff is just fat. Let me get this off of this. The kitty cats are going to get a treat. Alright, so what I do to debubble, and what I made up way too much broth today. Way too much. I didn't take into consideration that I only have 5 pounds of chicken breast. And what I'm going to do is I mixed up, instead of like I did yesterday with my beef broth, I did chicken broth, and I did not do 2 heapings. I done 1 heaping. Spoonful in old mayonnaise jar. You'd be surprised how much y'all will use an old mayonnaise jar if y'all just keep one. I'm telling you, it's got a lid. It works great for all kinds of stuff. Now, I don't have fancy canning stuff. You don't have to. This chopstick does just fine. Goodness gracious, I got little baby pigs all over the backyard. They're just running around wild out there. The cutest things, I swear. Alright, so you want to debubble. You want to make sure that you get all the air out of there, because air is our enemy when we're canning. It's also our enemy when we are fermenting. I know a lot of y'all probably are not interested in fermenting, but as soon as we get some cucumbers, because I do not do my cucumbers in the spring, and I'm kind of thankful that I didn't do that, and that I don't do that, because we had a drought the first half of the year here in Tennessee. So I usually plant mine in July. Well, I planted mine in July, and we now have little cucumbers that are about 2 inches long. They're probably, some of them are probably ready to pick today. But yeah, so I'm excited about getting those. I want to ferment some, but I always make refrigerator pickles, and they last for a while in the refrigerator if I do them in the fall. They'll usually last until the spring. So that's what I do. That's what I try to do. Alright. Now I've got my vinegar. I wipe my jar. I've already washed these lids, but I like to, because chicken is a little bit greasy. I like to wipe my lids down with vinegar as well. Alright, so out of roughly 5 pounds of chicken, I got 5 jars of chicken strips that I'm going to be canning. Alright. Now, I cold packed this, and so this is not hot, not a bit. It's cold, just like my jars. That's what you call cold packing. And you don't have to do it, and you don't have to can your chicken with chicken broth. I just can mine with chicken broth because I like it. And I think that whenever I get ready to make chicken strips, fried chicken strips, and we'll do that later on, maybe in a few weeks. But whenever we do that, or whenever we get ready, I always turn this crazy thing around backwards. Whenever we get ready to open these up, I'm gonna do a video to show y'all how to cook your chicken strips. All right, now right here, I'm gonna turn this on medium. I got it on medium. And when the steam starts coming out of this vent right here, I'll be back. Because I want y'all to know you have to vent for 10 minutes. And that's when the steam starts coming out of this nozzle on the top. And then, when we put our jiggler on there, that's what my granny called it. That's what I'm going to call it too, jiggler. When we put our jiggler on there, and when it starts to that's when we start our timer. Alright, we'll be back when it's warm. Y'all, I was editing and I realized that I did not tell y'all that you need to pressure can your chicken. Okay, you start the timer when the jiggler starts jiggling. And for an hour and 15 minutes on this chicken, that's when y'all start your timer. For an hour and 15 minutes. And that's what I was trying to get to y'all. Little insert here. Alright. So, it's almost time. It just turned time. Alright. So, I'm turning it off. And I will allow this to cool down until this is not shaking anymore. Usually about 30 minutes. Alright, we'll see you in 30 minutes. We'll take these jars out, hopefully. Alright, we're back. That's still a little hot. Alright, we're going to take this off. See, there's no pressure in it because it didn't come off. It's really hot. Really. Alright, let me take this lid off and we'll be right back. Now this thing is hot, but I think this chicken is absolutely beautiful. And when I get all this chicken out and get it sit on this nice thick towel, I will take y'all in the pantry and show you all the ground beef that we just done in the previous video. Now, I think that this chicken is absolutely beautiful, but people call it ugly chicken. And it's still boiling just like that ground beef was yesterday. And this is cold pack chicken. I'm going to spread these out because they'll tame faster for me. Those of you who can know exactly what I'm talking about. And roughly 5 pounds got me 5 wide mouth. Oh man, that one is hollering at me. There we go. roughly 5 pounds of chicken breast. Got me 5 largemouth pint jars of chicken. I'm gonna turn y'all around here. It is still bubbling. See that? God, it is so beautiful. I love canning. I love it so much. Oh, I already got a ting. Already have a ting. Oop, number 2, 3. I think I just need one more. 1, 2, 3. Well, they all might be popped. I don't know. Sounds like it. Well, let's go in here and look at this ground beef that we canned yesterday. Now, what I do with my storage in my pantry, I've been in here cleaning today too. I have to get around this vacuum cleaner. I'm fixing to bring a shelf in, so I had to move a bunch of stuff. Oh, I've got a mess in here. I can't stand it. So what I do is I rotate things in my shelf. So like this right here is meatballs, and I think it's gorgeous. Is that not pretty? I love it. I love it. I love it. And these were canned for $4.22 meatball. All right. So, and then I have over here some hamburger meat that I canned $3.25.22. So that's kind of how I do it. And then as I go back, here is the meat that I canned yesterday. Is that not absolutely gorgeous? I love it, y'all. I think that y'all will love it too. This is one of the best things I think I've ever done. Canning meat. And because the reason that I feel that way is, oh, I want y'all to see this beautiful sausage. Look at this. I canned sausage too. I'm fixing to have a hog killed, and so me and my mama is going to sit here and pat sausage patties, and we might do a video on how to can sausage. But anyway, I had 2 freezers. I had about 15 hogs in the freezer, in 2 freezers. And both freezers went out in 1 year. I had a couple of deer too. My feelings are still hurt over that, and it's been 6 or 8 years ago. It was terrible. And I lost all that meat. And so I don't really care about putting meat in the freezer anymore. Mr. G's wanting to get a freezer, another one. I've been really shy about it. But, you know, I guess the way that we're going to look at it is, I have jars that I'm cycling through all the time. So if the power does go out, I do have a gas cook stove. We have some gas. I can just can what I can out of there. You know what I mean? So I guess that's one way to look at it. If there's no power, or if the freezer goes out, I can use that gas cook stove to do my canning, to can what meat's in there. Because, you know, if there's meat in that freezer and it goes bad, or if the power goes out, I want to preserve that so that we can have it for later. Times are rough, y'all. Times are rough. And I'm gonna show y'all how to do some chicken tenders with our canned chicken, maybe next week. Man, it smells so good in here. Wish I could just smell that chicken straight out of the crock pot. Mr. G really likes that canned hamburger meat. Well, I'm going to get my pots washed up and get my dishes dried up. Oh, yeah, I wanted to tell y'all something. Those of y'all who have been doing your dehydrating like me, and we talk about it quite often, I dehydrated my jalapenos. And I sliced up some of those peppers that were hanging in there that are actually called piñata peppers. I love the flavor. They have such a good flavor. When it comes to something hot, the flavor of the hot is what I'm about, okay? So these piñata peppers, I dried them too. They are so good. But you can just imagine, I'm going to tell y'all. I come in, I scratched around on the tray to see how dry everything was. I grabbed a thing of grapes and I popped a grape in my mouth, and my lips were on fire. I was like, what in the world is going on? I did not wash my hands, and I was messing with them peppers that was in the dehydrator. I didn't think nothing about it because they were about dry, you know. Lord, don't do that. So y'all be careful. Don't do that. Anyway, I love you guys so much, and thank you for joining me. I know I have a lot of junk in my house. I'm sorry. I live here, so. But anyway, y'all have a good one, and can some chicken. Don't be afraid.